Welcome to the Beyond the Vines podcast, where I interview local business owners in Sonoma County to highlight small business and grow our community. I'm your host, Amy Ehlers, a mom, realtor, and Sonoma County native, and I'm excited to connect you to some amazing people in this beautiful area that we call home. Welcome back to the Beyond the Vines podcast, and thanks for tuning in and listening. I have today a nonprofit organization, not a small business today. I know I like to highlight those occasionally, and this one is near and dear to my heart. I am with Maureen Highland of the Petaluma Educational Foundation. I'm excited for you to learn a little bit more about this incredible organization in our community. And with that, welcome, Maureen.
Thank you. Good morning.
Thanks so much for coming in today. I know it was a long walk for you down the street.
In our new office is right there next to the post office. We're so grateful. We're right on the edge of downtown.
That's an amazing location. So I thought about that. I was like, oh, she's got like a very nice quick walk over here.
We have a great landlord.
Oh, that's so awesome. I love that. So can you start by telling our listeners a little bit about yourself and your role with the Petaluma Educational Foundation?
Sure. So I was born in San Francisco, raised in Marin County, and then met my husband who was living here. And so we were living here and we raised our family here. I started my career in San Francisco. And then became involved in retail marketing centers and worked as a consultant for a while, and then joined PEF about 15 and a half years ago.
Wow. It's been a minute.
It has been. And my role there at that time was marketing development, and then now I'm the executive director, which is an incredible honor to have in this community. So.
Well, you are very good at what you do. I can say that from experience because I'm new to the board, but like I've already seen how much you do, and it's mind-blowing to me. You're amazing. So
we have a great team.
that is very true. There's a very good team behind you as well. So for people who may have heard of PEF but don't fully understand what PEF does, how do you describe the mission of the organization and who PEF serves?
Sure. So for PEF, we're about 44 years old now. We are a community foundation in the sense that we don't belong to any school district or specific school. We really are the community's foundation in terms of supporting education. We want to empower students to have all the educational opportunities they can have. We really want teachers and students to dream big and to be there to support them financially to achieve those dreams.
I love that so much. And I love, like, one of my key takeaways has really been how PEF supports all the schools, private, public, charters, continuation schools, like all of them in Petaluma. So it's pretty impressive.
So we have about 35 campuses.
Wow.
With 14 different districts.
That's amazing.
3 of the districts have multiple campuses under their umbrella. That would be Petaluma City Schools, WA School District has 2, Old Adobe has 5. Otherwise, they're single school campuses that are their own districts. That averages out to about 12,000 students a year in recent years.
Amazing.
And that is TK through 12th grade.
That's
for
amazing.
Public, private, and charter.
Wow. It's very impressive. What originally inspired you to get involved with PEF?
Well, having raised my family here, I knew about PEF. I saw the work that they did, the impact they had in my own children's schools. And then an opportunity came up, and Janet Ramatzi, the former ED, reached out. And so I took advantage of it, and I got involved, and then slowly but surely got more involved than when I was hired.
That's amazing. Yeah, it was nice. When we had our board retreat a couple weeks ago, it was nice to like meet her and hear kind of the history of PEF. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
It really is. And it's an incredible legacy for this community because it's the members of this community that really started it, cultivated it, really grew it thoughtfully and strategically. And now we are reaping amazing benefits from that long journey.
Yeah.
But we really pride ourselves on being proactive and not reactive, and that way we can really be here for our schools and our students and our teachers.
Yeah, that was kind of the takeaway I took away too from the history of it's very much like proactive and not reactive, like figuring out what the schools need and how to do those reach outs and figuring out the problems before they're even there. So it's very impressive. Yeah, amazing. Can you kind of give us, some examples of what the biggest ways PEF supports students and teachers in Petaluma?
Absolutely. So one is we're a partner. I am not an educator. My mom was a teacher. My sister was a teacher.
Wow.
I was not a teacher. So my job is not to tell them what to teach or how to teach. My job is to find ways to find partners that will bring resources so that they can teach the way they want to teach and bring innovative programs to the classroom. So PEF has two major programs that we offer students and teachers is our grant program. It's called the Impact Grant Program. It happens annually. Schools can ask for up to $20,000 per program.
Amazing.
And it's a curriculum-based program. So we're not paying for teachers or capital campaigns. We're paying for things that are happening in the classroom or on campus that directly impact students. And then we also have a scholarship program. And students receive scholarships for going to a 2-year college, a 4-year college, or trade or vocational after high school. So next week, we'll be offering our scholarship reception, and we have about $345,000 that will go out to the students that are graduating this year from our public comprehensive high schools, our alternative campuses, and also the private schools.
That's amazing. So the grants and the scholarships are the biggest pieces. I'll say, too, as a new board member, I was on the scholarship committee this year, and reading these kids' applications, they're also impressive.
I know. It's inspiring.
Oh, it's so inspiring. It's so inspiring. I loved hearing like each student was so different, had such a different story, and it was amazing.
And they're at a different place in their life and their journey. You know, some are very driven and know what they want to do. Others are still trying to figure out their path. And we're here to support them.
Yes.
We want them all to be successful. We'd love them all to come back.
Yes.
And lead our community in the future.
Absolutely. I love the way you said that. Amazing. What are some examples of some of the programs or initiatives that PEF has funded in schools?
Sure. I mean, back in the day, before even I was here, they started a tech initiative when technology was becoming a key component in a classroom. PEF led a tech initiative. We brought kind of the heads of different tech organizations and educational resource organizations to see what is available, what should we be on the horizon for teachers.
I love that.
And that was an incredible start to what then became schools putting in iPads, Chromebooks, really leaning on technology as a teaching tool. We then moved into funding gardens, and we funded the auto shop at Petaluma High. We funded the hatchery at Casa Grande. We've done new smart boards and technology at St. Vincent's High. I apologize. The big thing, though, I think when we hit COVID is we convened our superintendents and principals very early on Zoom. We were all learning it, and asked them what they saw. And at that point, we thought we were going back to school by the end of that academic year.
Yes.
They all said we need tech for actually kids accessing technology, and then also the tools like a Chromebook or an iPad, and then also social emotional learning.
Yes.
And fortunately for us, our board had already heard about SEL. Another school, Grant School, had asked for it the year prior, and a program that really educated us. And so we were able to run with it. And that year we adapted our program to support those two initiatives. And then after the second year of COVID, we went back to our traditional funding, which is across all academic focus areas.
Wow. Another example of being proactive for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. What are some things happening in classrooms today that really wouldn't have been possible without the support of PEF?
I think that anything is possible. PEF has the privilege to be part of that team, and we are very proud of that, and we also honor that relationship with our schools. So if a school comes to us with an issue that they need to address in terms of accessing or breaking down barriers for students to really achieve what they need to achieve in and outside the classroom, that's when we get excited. So I can tell you we've put in sensory rooms at Meadow School initially and then Corona Creek, and it's for kids who needed to really have that moment to regulate after coming back from COVID, especially to really be able to focus in the classroom, things like that. So those are things that our educators bring to us, and I think that we have a very thoughtful process and team that reviews and evaluates and then collaborates on how does this happen? How can we really make this work for you in your setting? So that's one of the things I think we're most proud of.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Are there any stories from students, past students, teachers that really have highlighted the impact PEF has had for them?
Well, every scholarship season, I always repeat this story. We had a student receive a scholarship. He had not received any accolades for his academic achievements. He came and received an award from PEF.
Wow.
And came to us that summer and asked, how do you fund a scholarship? And we told him, you can bring us $500, $250, and you can start one, or you can start a full fund.
Yeah.
And he said, because I had a learning disability and an IEP, and I never thought I would be acknowledged for my schooling or academics. And so he went to work that summer and brought us back $500 that fall and said, I want to start a scholarship for kids who learn like me. And so those first few years, he would get up and explain, you learn differently. It isn't anything other than different. And that you embrace it, and you can find a way to achieve what you need to achieve. And so we've had other people step up and want to help fund that, but we still have that scholarship today. And that was probably over 10 years ago.
Wow.
So
that
that's
makes
one
me
of my
tear
best
up.
stories.
Yeah, that definitely got me.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
And it was the initiative of that student.
Yeah.
He felt recognized and seen, and he took
And
it upon
remembered
himself
it. Yep.
to really kind of want to do that for others. So.
I love that. That's incredible. Why do education foundations like PEF matter for communities like Petaluma?
Well, we haven't found another organization just like us.
Interesting.
If you ever hear of one, let me know. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'd love to talk stories with them and pick their brain. But usually communities have foundations that'll help specific schools or specific grade levels or areas of study. But for us, we're unique across the board, all academic focus areas and all grade levels, and public and private and charter under one roof. So for us, it makes Petaluma special and unique. There's options for every learning style. There's a place for your student anywhere in this community.
Yeah.
And that is something that most communities don't have that variety to offer. So we also think those students achieve their goals, go on to follow their dreams, and then come back and are business leaders and our community leaders. So it's a really big legacy, and it's also a gift that PEF receives, that this community embraces us and supports us and partners with us.
I love that. As a member of the community with kids, I feel like so fortunate to have kids here in Petaluma and be able to kind of reap the benefits of that.
Yeah.
That's really amazing. It's a great legacy. I think, too, when you and I were first meeting and chatting, I'd mentioned, and this kind of ties into that, like, because I have kids at all different schools, I can't be super present on all the PTOs and PTAs, and like there's just not enough time in the day when you're also working. So for me, it's been such a great way to kind of support all of my kids' schools, and they are all so different, and they're all in different places, and it really encompasses everybody in our family.
I always say that when I speak to school communities, especially parent groups, that we're not here to replace a PTA or any of that. Support your school. We want you to support your school. Our role is to support all our schools so that when your student either changes schools because you move across town, if you decide you want a different learning environment, or it's junior high and you're switching out to the next school level or the high school. We shouldn't wait until your student's going for those schools to be ready for your student and financially strong for your student and options for your student. So our role is really to make sure every school is ready for every student at any time.
I love that.
So
That's
we
great.
consider ourselves a true partner in that.
That's amazing. Yeah. What are some of the biggest challenges schools are facing right now that PEF kind of helps bridge that gap?
I'm not in district administrative budget understanding, all those things, but obviously budgets are a topic across the county at this time. We had a unique experience with COVID money coming in and COVID money then ending. We received a lot of great benefits from what I understand, and so now it's just a time of transition.
Yeah.
So we stay away from that kind of conversation. Ours is more so, what do you need to provide an innovative and academic learning environment for your students. And so each school kind of comes to us with different things. I think right now we are still on the SEL, social emotional learning, kind of on the tail end of that as being a priority. But we're also looking forward as, what does the job market look like in 5 to 10, 15 years? A lot of the jobs these students will be having haven't been invented yet or identified yet. So it's really about really listening and watching and seeing where we can fit and make sure that those opportunities are available now for students to be trained for the future.
I love it. Yeah, that's great. That's great. How does supporting education locally benefit the entire community, even for people that don't have kids in the school system right now?
Yeah, I mean, kind of touching back again, like this is a unique thing to Petaluma, and it's something we should all be incredibly proud of as community members and residents, but as small business owners, big business owners. I mean, these are the people who are going to take over those companies or start new companies here in town. And we want the best of the best.
Yep.
You know, we want good leaders and we want strong businessmen and women and really the people who have a vision for the future. So today's students are tomorrow's leaders.
Yeah.
And we hope that we train them well.
That's so true.
And our scholarship reception always makes us feel like it's going to be great.
Am I going to cry next week?
Great.
I'm probably
you
going to
will.
cry. Oh,
You will.
gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
So I need waterproof mascara. That's incredible. Yeah. What a legacy to leave. Yeah. That's amazing.
And for businesses, they want their employees to feel strong at home and their students being supported. So if you have happy employees because their kids and their families are, you know, in a place they are happy with, and they come to work and they produce well and they support that team, and the business owner's happy for that as well. So it really is full circle.
That's so true. Yep. PEF hosts some incredible events throughout the year. Can you tell us about a few of them and how they help raise the money for our schools?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, our first one is the Big Bash.
Fun.
We throw the bash every September. This year it's September 12th. It'll be at the barn at Gambanini Ranch. We're going back there after a 1-year hiatus while they were doing some renovations, and we're so excited. It's an incredible venue. And then really for the bash, it's tickets will go on sale July 1st.
Okay.
But I will say you can reserve your tickets today. Sponsorship just launched yesterday. So
Great.
all sponsor levels do have event tickets with them, and we do sell out very quickly. So if you're interested in a sponsorship, let us know.
Yes.
And then we also do some other events like we've talked about. The scholarship receptions coming up next week. We invite the community to come. There'll be about 600 people
Amazing.
to see these students be
that at
recognized.
Casa?
It'll be at Casa Grande High School. We jump different places
Great.
each year. We also do smaller events. We did a principal pop-up earlier this month where we just socialize with our principals to hear one-on-one how they're doing and what they're seeing coming so we can plan accordingly for our next year.
Yep.
We also have organizations that do events on our behalf. So the Clo Cow race historically has chosen us as their nonprofit partner.
I didn't realize that. That's amazing.
Yeah, so runners who register have an option to donate to PEF.
Wow.
And so we're very grateful for that and the team there. We also have Lucchese Stelly does our Aimer the Gamer sandwich with Amy Gutierrez.
Oh, cool.
And, Paul's been doing that for many years, and we're extremely grateful. A portion of proceeds from those sandwiches come to PEF.
Wow.
We also have a woman who sells a product called Melaleuca. It's a home purchasing thing. And so she gives a percentage back each month.
Wow.
But we also have 4 annual partners who join us every year at the start of our budget year, and they commit to being our partner all year long.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. And they've been doing that now for over 10 years.
Wow.
A few have fallen off and others have joined, so we're very grateful. But our originals are Clover Sonoma and Petaluma Market.
Wow.
And then now we also have Exchange Bank and Healthy Petaluma District and Foundation.
That's amazing. Very impressive.
They are incredible leaders in supporting education and really putting education first in this community.
Well, yeah, that's incredible. Yeah. Incredible. I love that. Can you tell us, and I know you've been really busy with this in recent months, can you tell us more about Alphabet Soup and how it benefits PEF?
Yeah. So as a foundation, we really strongly believe we have to have a diversification of funding.
Definitely.
Our donor money typically comes with restriction in the sense of they want to give to our grant program or our scholarship program. Many give to unrestricted, but really we want to honor their intent to really impact students directly. So for us to have an alternative funding stream that helps offset expenses is a thoughtful way to do that. And so Alphabet Soup was started years ago. Actually, it was 32 years ago on Sunday.
Wow.
A group of people that were involved with PEF and also the Boys and Girls Club here in Petaluma at the time had a garage sale. Had a great time, made some money, and started a store.
Wow.
And ever since then, we've just been growing and growing and growing. We now have 2 locations on Western Avenue.
Incredible. Great location.
It is incredible for us. We have a donation alley behind the stores. We have a clothing store on the corner, and we have a home store in mid-block. The stores operate and cover their own expenses and then have a give back to PEF.
Wow.
Which is an incredible way for us to structure our financials. And it's also an essential part. It's our biggest fundraiser in theory.
Wow.
You know, a daily fundraiser here in the community.
Wow.
So we appreciate that we can offer things at people's needed price point and also a steal of a deal when somebody spots something that they know that is a great
For sure.
value. And we also appreciate that it's volunteer supported. We
That's
do have
incredible.
a staff on site for obvious reasons. We're running 3 technically locations.
Yep.
And there's a lot of accountability there.
Yeah.
For staffing, but we are volunteer supported. So
Wow.
we have 2 shifts a day. We're open 7 days a week, and the volunteers run our registers, help maintain the stores, supply the store sales floor with items and inventory, and they also process in the back.
That's amazing.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
So we welcome anyone who'd like to start volunteering with us.
I love that. So shopping at Alphabet Soup, donating to Alphabet Soup, volunteering at Alphabet Soup.
That's it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. So if someone listening wanted to support PEF, what are some other ways they could get involved?
Well, we have a BASH committee that's helping plan the BASH. We also have a committee-supported board. So as you know, we have a board of directors that rotates on different terms. But really, we support the foundation and my staff with committee structure. So we have committees from Alphabet Soup, the BASH, financial the finance committee, planned giving, which is where people can give legacy gifts in their estate planning.
That's incredible.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's something we really want to grow.
Yeah, definitely.
And then also scholarships and grants. The scholarship and grant committees we reserve for board members. We feel that's their privilege as well as their responsibility to distribute that money. But all the other committees invite community members to come and
I didn't
participate.
realize. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we would welcome anyone who wants to come and join and share
Great.
and help lead some of these committees that really help support my staff get our jobs done.
Yeah. I'm on the BASH committee this year, too. I'm very excited about that. That's
a
a little
fun one.
blast from my old life, the event planning.
It's a fun one.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That is so great. And there are some board seats available as well right now if anybody wants to reach out to you. Great.
Absolutely.
Great.
If you have a skill set or an interest that you'd like to share with us, that is how we continue to be strong
Yeah.
and relevant,
Yeah.
bringing new voices to the table while honoring our history.
Definitely. And then also Alphabet Soup. Don't forget that one for any listeners. It's amazing. What makes you the most proud of the work being done?
I think it is the fact that we support every school in this community. And, as I said, my husband and I raised our family here. We knew what we wanted for them in terms of their academic path.
Yep.
But when you, in my position now, I get to step foot on every campus in this community.
It's amazing.
And you get to see the amazing things happening that I wouldn't have been aware of because we kind of were on our path.
Yeah.
And people stay sometimes in their neighborhood. But today's families are able to explore and kind of see if there's district transfers or not, or what schools fit for them. And so there's just so much opportunity.
Yeah.
And I think such unique learning environments, from rural to Montessori to Waldorf to traditional to private to religious. There's just such a different opportunity in every campus in town. So you can find your spot.
That's so true. I remember when my oldest was starting, being like, how lucky am I to have this many schools to choose from? But oh my goodness, this is so stressful having this many schools to choose from. But we are lucky.
Yeah, people always do say to me, no, really, what's the best one? I'm like, the best one is when your family sets foot on it and goes, this is it.
Yes, I agree.
It's different for everyone.
I agree. I always see that post on Facebook where new parents are like, which school's the best out of this, this, and this? And it's like, you got to go and see what feels right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you might change them. Different kids might go to different schools. They might have different
needs. This is very true. Yep. Yep. Amazing. Wow. What's something about PEF that you wish more people in Petaluma knew?
That we are not federally funded. We receive no state or government funding at all.
Wow.
We literally fundraise from my office to provide our programs, to keep our schools supported, our students dreaming, and that really is what we're working on a daily basis. We are fundraisers in this community to really try and bring people who have a passion for education in with us to really make impact. And I would hope people can learn that when you contribute to PEF or partner with PEF, your money really is creating an impact in the lives of generations of students in this community.
So amazing. So amazing. I love that. Is there anything I may have missed that you would like listeners to know?
I think that PEF is just something, I've said it's just such a special thing for this community. You don't find these organizations exactly like ours in other communities, and it's something I think we should be incredibly proud of.
Yeah.
And also work to always support and be part of. As we said, we want to grow our planned giving plans, which is people leaving things in their estate plans to us, and there's lots of different ways to do that, and that is a way you can truly impact generations to come. We did have someone leave, a teacher at Petaluma High years ago, unbeknownst to PEF at the time, left her a considerable amount of her estate
Wow,
to PEF,
that's
and it's the
amazing.
McIlvaine. It was Shirley McIlvaine, and we still today give out McIlvaine scholarship. And,
Incredible.
I mean, it's been decades.
What a way to have your own personal legacy live
Yeah.
on, too. It's like you're giving back, and also just how cool to know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and we have other ones, examples of
Yeah.
that, like even our grant funding and our scholarships. We have a Mahoney Scott. We have we just established a scholarship endowment with the Musser, with a gentleman named Gene Musser who went to school here but doesn't live here anymore.
Wow.
And he's honoring his parents and his brother. And he just established a scholarship fund with us.
That's incredible.
It is.
So that's definitely another way people can give back. And if they want to reach out to you, would that be the best source?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a great way to give back. Businesses too can have scholarship funds, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. We're giving one out for the fire department.
Oh, how
We've done
fun.
it for several years in a row.
Yeah.
We just got their names yesterday. It's anywhere you want to honor or recognize or support your industry that you
Yes.
want to have kids encouraged to go and follow that path.
Again, another good way to leave that legacy, you know, your own industry, trying to help support students. That's great. Where can listeners find you?
At 104th Street. We
Perfect.
have a wonderful new office we moved in 2 years ago, right at the corner there at 4th and C. And stop by and say hi. We have lots of people pop in now, which is fun.
so fun.
You can also find us at pefinfo.com, which is online. And we really encourage you to follow us on social media. We're really growing that audience right now. And then we also are growing the Alphabet Soup audience on social media.
Great. Okay, perfect. I'll put links to all of those in the show
Wonderful.
notes
Thank
too.
you.
So, of course, thank you so much for coming. I'm so proud to be like a part of this now, and to be raising kids here again. Like I said, it's amazing. So thank you for all that you do.
Oh, well, thank you for having me and
Yes.
sharing the news about PEF. And we just want the community to put education first.
Love it. Love it. Thank you so much for listening.
If you like what you hear, please be sure to like and subscribe, learn more about Sonoma County and all that we have to offer here.